Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, we've been having a heat wave here in Texas. It's extremely hot. Right now it's cooled down a little bit. It's probably in the low 90s, but for the past 3 weeks we've been having extremely hot weather, just stifling hot weather. And here in Texas, the heat is really dry, or in the area that I'm in is really dry. In different parts of Texas, it can be different. Down by the coast, it's more humid, way more humid. I think along the eastern area, it's more deserty-like and very hot. Down around El Paso and up around that area, and that goes inward. And in the region I'm in the lower Panhandle area, and it easily can get to 100, 105. I think it was 108 or 9 a few days ago, and then 106, 105, or 3, 4 days, and I believe today it was only 98 or 99 degrees, and I think the next couple of days, or possibly tomorrow, it might be like 98 or 99, and then we have a couple more days over 100, and it may, I think around Friday, it's going to start dropping into the mid 90s and kind of slowly progress down through the month of August to, I believe, like around the low 90s to the mid 80s. And we have really, really hot August sometimes. Sometimes it can be in the hundreds still in August. So our seasons here are very weird. In the area I live in, I'm in sort of in that lower Panhandle area, is right in the cusp of where it can be cold and hot. And there's days in the winter that it can be 89 degrees outside, and then the next day it'll drop 40 or 50 degrees. So we have some weird weather here. Like, you might be wearing a coat and bundled up, gloves and everything in the morning, and then when you go out, you shed layers and shed layers. By the end of the day, you can be wearing shorts and flip-flops. And we have just very, very weird weather patterns around here. In the area by the coast, it can be extremely hot, very, very hot. But then with the wind coming in from the ocean, it kind of cools everything down around there late in the evening. But it gets muggy and humid. And like in Houston, it's extremely humid there. I was there one time, and I'm not used to that at all. I've lived in this area all my life. I did live in Louisiana as a baby for a while, but I mean, I don't think it affected me. I can't really remember. I know that my mom did not like it. She talked about, the mugginess and how sweltering hot, and just the muggy hot heat was horrible, absolutely horrible. She would tear her head out of the pictures because it made her hair, I don't know, she just hated it. But here in this area, it's extremely dry. It's like baking heat. You can go outside and get a sunburn in a matter of minutes. And I have very fair skin. I'm always, I used to lay out a lot and get sunburn, suntan. And I would use, back in the days when I did it, was like in the 70s and 80s. And which I don't do that anymore. I mean, I'm much more concerned about my skin, and I haven't done it for a long time. I think I quit doing that maybe in my late 20s, and we would use baby oil with the iodine in it, and then we also used Hawaiian Tropic was like so popular, and it had like SPF of 2, 4, 8. Ridiculously low numbers. That it did no good at all. Didn't help you at all. But there wasn't much awareness about, not baking your skin in the sun back then. It was like considered, really, really a healthy tan. And if you look good tan, then it was healthy for you. But, we all know now that being in the sun too long can be very unhealthy for you, and you have to be very careful about that. But it's also, for animals, it can be very, very hard on the animals. So you have to make sure you have a lot of water. Either keep them indoors or in shaded area. And the difference here under a tree with shade, just stepping out of if you have a canopy of a nice big tree, then stepping out of that into the sun is so drastic. The degree temperature, holding a thermometer under the tree and then going out, just stepping out 10 or 15 feet under the sun. People have done that, and it's like a difference of 10, 15, 20 degrees just being under something that can shade you. At the sun here is just extremely hot. There's other parts of the country that I believe like Las Vegas is extremely hot. It's a desert, arid type of climate, which in the area I'm in, we do a lot of farming, cotton farming, and there's a lot of cattle, and the land is very flat and arid type conditions. There's a lot of dryland farming, and if you do irrigation, it's very expensive, you've got to have a well. You've got to drill all these wells to keep your crops watered. And it's very hard to be a farmer in these conditions. And it's not something I would do. I call it being a professional gambler if you're going to be a farmer, because in this area we don't get a whole lot of rain. I love it when it rains, and I love cloudy, overcast days. That to me is, I could live in London or somewhere like that. That's my favorite weather, because I've gotten really, really exhausted of the heat and the horrible, just the baking sun. When you've lived in it all your life, you tend to get, as you get older, I think it gets to be worse. I cannot imagine living somewhere in like Saudi Arabia or somewhere where it's even worse, and I can't even imagine doing that. But areas like, I believe, parts of Arizona are extremely hot, but I think they do have a little bit of mugginess and a little bit of humidity there in that area. And also in California, the southern part of California can be, extremely hot. Palm Springs and all down there, Baja area and all that. It can be, I believe they can reach temperatures like 100, Death Valley and all in those types of areas. I believe the area in Death Valley, I think it reaches temperatures of around 120 degrees or something like that. And there's people that actually live around the area. I can't imagine. I couldn't do it. For those of you who may be new to my channel, I haven't posted for a while. I was posting a lot last year, but I kind of slowed down a little bit. I've been posting on TikTok, and I'll probably pick up more on my YouTube channel in a few more months. Going to be making a few changes to the channel and doing some more different things, but right now I'm just doing my TikToks and doing occasional YouTubes. But the weather here is extremely hot, and if I can just make it for the next few days, it'll start, going down. And I don't remember it being this hot when I was a child. Even my sister, we were talking about it today, that was the reason why I decided to make this kind of YouTube video. When we were growing up, we did have a lot of, or not a lot, but it rained more, I want to say twice as much as it did when I was growing up. I remember there was rain rainy days, a lot more than what we have now. And I don't remember the temperatures being like, we didn't have stretches of 3 weeks, 2 and 3 weeks with degrees of 100 degree temps. I don't remember that. I remember it being very, very hot when I was growing up, but not like this. It was unusual when it would reach, 100, 105 degrees when I was growing up. But now it's like a regular temp in the summer. It's things like that, you dread. And parts of Europe, I saw were having temperatures of 110 degrees, which is, I believe, and also in England, they're having temps of like 104, 105 degrees, which they've never had before. And most of the houses there do not have, I think only like 5% of the houses in England have air conditioning because they have such mild temperatures in the summer. But in Texas, probably 90% of the homes have air conditioning, and I think the maybe the last 10% would be because of finances, they can't afford it. And I have gone through summers without air conditioning, and it's excruciating. I've left windows and doors open and blocked them off while I've gone to work, just to aerate, make sure my dogs are okay. And, if it's in the sense like that, it is so hot outside that with doors and windows open, it's actually cooler inside, and you wouldn't think that. But if you have the doors and windows all closed, it's extremely hot. And I work in a warehouse type environment where they have to close the door because it's a food type of industry that I'm working in. And we have these giant cooling fans that are about 10 or 12 feet tall, like 7 or 8 feet wide, with a massive fan. And it cools you down for maybe like a 25-foot reach, circumference or reach. And if you step out of that area, it is sweltering in there. It's horrible. And here there's like warehouses that I've worked in, loading trucks, unloading trucks. They don't have air conditioning in the trailers, and people get sick and nearly pass out. And unfortunately, here a few weeks ago, there was a tractor trailer full of immigrants, illegal, trying to cross the border, and they were jammed in the back of a trailer. And it was like 40 or 50, or it was like outrageously high number. They were left in there. The doors were closed, locked, no windows, and almost all of them died. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 survivors, hardly any. I'm not really sure. There was just a few, I believe. That's happened numerous times. Many people trying to cross the border and they pack them into 18-wheelers, and then if the truck breaks down, or if they think they're going to be raided, or they'll pull over and the drivers just leave them there. And that is beyond, I can't fathom that they didn't open the doors and just let them out. It is just one of the most unconscionable things ever. And I remember there was an incident that happened like that. I think it was a couple of decades ago, and it was a large number of people that happened to. And the guy was arrested. I believe I want to say he got life in prison, but I really can't remember. But I don't remember. Actually, I just don't remember. I just remember, they did catch him. He was tried and sentenced. But here, the heat it's horrible. And I'm just in the lower panhandle, and it can get up to, I believe a few years ago, it got up to 112 at least, and it might have been 113 or 14. I can't remember. In the area I was in, I can't remember though. I just remember it absolutely up to 112. but there's been so many days when it's been 110, 111, so it's been so close. I mean, I just can't even remember if it went any higher, but further down, it does go higher, and there's been records broke. I mean, this summer, there's been, I don't know how many records have been broken over the heat. And not just here, but all over the world. And if you don't believe in global warming, I don't know why you don't. I mean, we're bursting into flames here, and in numerous other places, you just step outside and you bake. Okay, for those of you that are new, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and for all the others that have been long-time subscribers, thank you so much. And like I say, in a few months, I'm going to be kind of redoing my channel and doing some other things. I've got some hurdles to get over first, and then I will be doing what I plan to do with my channel. Thank you for coming, watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I just make random videos. I make mukbang videos. A lot of my stuff is just vlog type of videos, random type of videos on any subject that I think is interesting or anything that pops up. That's pretty much what my channel is. And again, thank you. I appreciate you coming to my channel, and thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.